First thing I do before I have any meeting is I turn on this is Plod Note, which is just a version of an AI tracking tool, but basically every conversation we have with all of our clients, whether it's a sales call or a project manager's meeting or a walkthrough, we record the conversation with our AI recorder. That way we don't have to take breaks and take notes, and we can pay attention and be engaged in the conversation. And then also it helps to make sure we don't forget anything on the back end. Today we're going to have a BBA training call, or more of a conversational call on scaling your business. So kind of talk about what does it take to grow your business, what does it take to scale your business, and the necessities of having systems in place and people in place to be able to grow your business. So that's kind of where we're going to start today. Like anything, you want the client to know, if it's a good fit for you, why they should work with you, and then also, a little bit of that, like, the risk of not working with us, right? Working with someone, which we all know with all the risks of working with, companies that aren't legitimate, right? So, but a lot of people don't know. All they know is what they've seen on HGTV or whatever. So being able to share like the risks and things like that, that alone, it just gives people such a level of comfort.
I feel like that is going to be a game changer.
It really is.
Ready. I'm ready.
Are you building a showroom too, Tim? Or?
Yeah. I feel like you're a hair in front of us.
Get it to a place where you can make decisions without having to be in the weeds. You have to have, not obviously it takes accurate data to get the reporting, but you have to have accurate reporting and proper reporting on the things that you need to make decisions off of. Because that's all it really does. It tells you this is what I have, this is where we're at. In order for me to make a decision for the business, this is the resources I have allocated to able to do that. That's as simple as it. I mean, that's what it breaks down to. So, and then just being honest with them. Once they get through the design phase, they'll know exactly what it's going to cost. We'll have selected everything. They will have made those decisions. Y'all have a great week. If y'all need anything at all, give me a call.
Yeah, just let us know. Appreciate you. All right.
Okay. Thanks.
Take care, guys.
A good way to increase your gross profit on the job, when you estimate the job, you estimate each line item and how much you have to spend for each subcontractor before they do the work. If you negotiate with them, and like I said, say you have $3,000 in the budget, and you ask them, hey, can you do it for $2,000? You've already sold it to the client at your cost at being $3,000. That additional net delta, that additional $1,000, just hits the bottom line in gross profit. So it increases the gross profit on the job. So either you're going to make more money, or if something does happen, because it's construction, things happen all the time, something does happen, then you've got some cushion to cover it, and you don't end up dipping into your gross profit, which is slippage, losing, spending more money than you expected to spend on the project. Now we're heading to 903 Lake Boone. This is a major renovation. It's a 1930s house that about 1,000 square foot that we've gutted and completely redesigned. And we're adding 3,000 square foot. So when the house is done, it'll have a new garage, master suite on the main floor, 3 bedrooms on the top floor, and it'll be about 4,000 square foot. So foundation contractor, it rained all last week. So that's just one of the things you have to deal with in construction is rain, and especially if you're doing additions. It pushes the schedule, pushes the project. So we kind of got pushed back all last week because of the rain. But supposedly, hopefully, our foundation's done, and we can call in for inspection on Monday and start framing. So that's kind of keep us on schedule, put us only a week behind. And when you fall behind schedule on a project, obviously you communicate to the client. This particular project's a flip, so I am the client. But you would communicate that to the client, and then you would do anything in your power to try to make up that difference, to try to give you back on schedule. So that's kind of a really good point, is that whenever I make schedules for clients, I always tell my project managers SOP is to make 2 schedules. You make one schedule that's client facing and one that you really believe you can do the job. So if you think you can do a project in 8 weeks, you build out a 10-week schedule for the client, and you build in cushion for yourself. So the schedule the client sees is that a project's going to take 10 weeks. You're dealing with your subs and vendors and material suppliers and whatnot to work to an 8-week schedule. That way, if rain happens, storms, product delays, anything of that nature happens, it may increase your work schedule, but it doesn't increase the schedule to the client. So you're not having to go and tell them, hey, it's going to take longer than what I told you. So, and then if it doesn't happen and you're lucky and you don't have any things go wrong, then you end up doing the project faster than the client expected, and it's surprise and delight, right? So everybody wants their project done better. Most of the time you hear projects take way longer than expected. Well, how often do you hear clients say, well, they finish ahead of schedule? So we always make 2 schedules, one schedule for the team to follow that we think we actually can produce the job, and then one schedule for the client that is gives us a little cushion for the things that, you know, just always come up in construction. Lake Boone School's right there. We're like 5 minutes from 5 Points, 10 minutes from downtown Raleigh. I mean, kind of close to everything. We're 12 minutes from North Hills. Even though it's like relatively busy road, it's, you know, it's definitely private, and all the houses are unique. And you've got some houses that were tear downs, they built new construction, you know, built some really cool, unique houses, and then you have some that people are just updating over time. And so it's definitely an area of significant improvement. You know, for smaller lots, they're all in the 0.3 to 0.4 acres in this neighborhood. So you got smaller lots, and so the homes are getting bigger and nicer, but they're still pretty well grown, so mature. So it feels like you're a lot more private than just being in a neighborhood where, you know, all the houses are built new and they're all stacked beside each other. Addition, including back, is the master suite. So this will be the master closet, that render that I showed you. So this room stays the same size, this becomes the master closet. And then there'll be a doorway here to go through to the master bedroom. The master on the main level will have its own stackable laundry in the bathroom, so they won't have to go upstairs to wash their clothes. Just finishing up the foundation walls for the new addition. It's gonna be a 2-story addition. It's continuous cinder block foundation. Couple of things that I've already noted they've missed that they're gonna have to do before foundation is you have to have 1 inch in every 10 foot of grade under the crawl space, so in case water ever gets in the crawl space, it can go to the low point. So they need to come in and grade inside of the foundation and make sure everything's sloping to the low point. And then also they need daylight drains, so there should be basically a hole at the bottom of the foundation at your low point, so that if the house ever floods, it's got somewhere for the water to run out. Typically at this stage, after the foundation is framed, after the foundation's done, the project manager would come and check and just make sure all the things are required for the foundation inspection, because then you have to get the foundation inspected before you can frame it. So the things that I'm checking now are the things that a project manager would come out and check, as far as like the grade of the crawl space and the daylight drains and the bolt patterns, and making sure the cells are filled with concrete where they need to be filled. Also, there's a plan for how many and how often you have to have the crawl space vents based on the square footage of the crawl space area, and so double checking that meets what's in the plans. And it looks like everything looks pretty good. We're calling for inspection on Monday, and we'll see how it goes. So they had to pause the framing because there was a house there before that was 4,400 square feet that they tore down to build that house. And I don't know how many square feet that house is because it's not online, but I'd say it's at least 14,000 square feet. It's ridiculous. So this is like a raised, it's gonna have like a sitting area with a fire pit and whatnot. I don't know if you've seen the plans. Yeah. So I think that's gonna be right there, and then it steps down into the pool, and then the pool will be right here. So, and then there'll be a retaining wall all around there, and then a retaining wall that runs all the way down there. When you walked in, there was a wall right here in the kitchen, so there was a wall right here in the kitchen that ran all the way up to the ceiling. So this was just a hallway, and then the kitchen was right here. So I have like a little L-shaped kitchen. And then, so master, this will go into, this wall is going to be that panel wall, the like that decorative V groove, so so with like hidden doors, so the doors will be kind of into the panel. So this will go into the master suite here. Master bedroom, closet, bathroom. It's going to be, this is a shower. Yeah. Thanks for hanging with us today. We visit a couple of job sites. Hopefully you got a couple of cool tips and tricks on things. It's kind of a typical day in the life of a general contractor, bouncing around job sites, checking on things, getting things ready for inspection, dealing with subcontractors, meeting with clients, kind of making sure projects are moving along, moving smoothly. But stay tuned for the next episode.